Are you ready for round 24 of the NRL? Well, I know I am, and let's hope I do a good job tipping. I'm yet to get a Grand Slam week, so let's try again. But first, obviously, we have to look at round 23 and see how we did. Now, it was up and down, not enough close scores, but let's see. So the first game was Thursday, Storm versus Broncos, and what a disappointment from Broncos, who are still fighting to stay in the top 8. It is not a guarantee at all, and to basically not turn up. Now, don't get me wrong, I know they're against Storm, currently in second, doing really, really well, but come on, 2 points on the board to 22-2. I did Storm to win by 8. They won by 20. A really, really good performance. I did watch actually most of this game, and Storm were pretty dominant throughout. And this is the finals performances that they need, building momentum for sure. So very, very good start from them. 1 point for me. Next was Knights versus Panthers, and yeah, convincing. 18-point win was not enough for my prediction because they won by double that, 36. Incredible. Just like Storm, now showing real finals momentum and performances. And Panthers now in 4th place. They have broken into the top 4. It's going to be tough to get any higher, 5 points behind Dogs and Storm, but it's still potentially doable. But I think 4th place will probably have to do now to try and make 5 in a row. Very, very good from Panthers. Incredible performance. 1 point for me. Next, Raiders versus Seagulls. And this one, I did get a close score. Raiders still sitting top of the league against the Seagulls now, who are not out of it, but are now 2 points behind the top 8, sitting in 10th. And I do not see them breaking back in. They have been in the top 8 pretty much all season, and it's almost gone Pete Tong. A good win by Raiders, just cementing that top spot for now, with Storm and Dogs chasing them. 1.5 points. I got a close score. Pretty good. Next was Dragons versus Sharks. This is the one I did get wrong because, Sharks, I wrote them off, and then they started performing, and I thought, okay, look, I admit I was wrong. And then they go and lose. Ugh, bloody Sharks. A good performance by Dragons. They next to no chance. They are 4 points behind. Very, very slim chance. But if they were going to mount a push, this was the time to do it. No points. Next one. This is incredible. So I did make this point that this is sort of a potentially a top 8 game now. Who makes that top 8? Incredibly, obviously, Roosters are still in 9th. But I think this is a big, big sign for the last few weeks of the season because Dolphins 12, I can't believe I'm saying this, Roosters 64. That is disgustingly good for Roosters. A win by 52, and so much for me. I got the 4 correct. I just didn't put the 6 in front of it. Just insane result. Incredible for Roosters. Maybe that is going to be enough. I've been rooting for the Roosters. Maybe that's going to be enough just to give them that performance edge to get over the line, and it may lead Dolphins to a little bit of a slump. We'll see. 1 point. Next, Dogs versus Warriors. Warriors are slipping. I think they should be okay for the top 8, but they are sort of falling apart now, aren't they? Dogs with a much-needed win. If they didn't win, they had Panthers and Sharks really chasing after them, didn't they? But a convincing win by 18. I did Dogs to win by 6. So 1 point just for the win. And next game, penultimate game, it was Titans versus Rabbitos. I got it wrong. Titans had a couple of good wins against teams they shouldn't have beaten. And then when they go against a team they probably should beat in the sense of Rabbitos, they lose. I don't have much to say. It was very, very, very tight. But I get nothing for it. Doesn't matter how tight it was. 0 points for me. But Eels versus Cowboys. And this one I did get correct. Winning by just that 1 point. Eels get the win. They push up to 14th spot. Doesn't mean anything. But Yeah, I get 1 point. I'll take that. So, league table time. Let's see how people are doing, and let's check out the top 10 where there is not a lot of movement at all. Midori is still top by just over 2 points. Very, very tight with Hacksaw in second. Think Outside the Square is third. Ajax moves up 1 to 4th. Benjamin moves down 1 to 5th. Marty is in 6th. Elmsey in 7th. Hazy up 1 to 8th. Boggy is up 3, breaking into the top 10 to 9th. AU Beach Bum up 3, also breaking into the top 10 to 10th. There you go. G Chapman up 5 to 12th. Kev up 6 to 14th. With Brupel down 5 to 15th there. St. Jai gets the golden hat up 3 places. Brotherman, though, wow, was in 8th spot, gone down 11 places. Ouch. That is not good. Not good at all. And that makes it very, very difficult now to get back into the top 10. Ouch. Where am I? I'm up 1. 31st. 31st place, robreacts. I'll take that. Right, where is the wooden spoon? There it is. So the wooden spoon, MKZ25, up 1 place. Still with the wooden spoon. And there is your results for this week. Well, if you want a finals caliber match before the finals, here you have it. The first game, Thursday the 14th of August, Combank Stadium. It is Panthers versus Storm. Look at those green W's. It is insane. Panthers, obviously, this is their current home stadium with renovation works going on. They are against a Storm who are currently sitting second, doing very, very well. However, Storm have been the ones that have occasionally slipped up in recent-ish weeks, but that's not saying a lot at all. This is an incredible one to call. I will be picking Panthers because they're the team I support, but let's give some rundown. So look at it. Panthers, their form is just incredible. The way they have surged back into the top 4 after being down near the bottom for a lot of the season is incredible. Storm have lost star half Jerome Hughes to a shoulder injury in round 21, but still won their last 2. So that's not necessarily all doom and gloom. Pappenhausen is out due to concussion, and Panthers captain Zai Yao is also sidelined. So both teams have players out, but we got the home stage edge maybe over the travelling Melbourne side. I don't think it's going to make much difference. It's hardly a long trip. This really could go either way. Let's be honest, it could go either way. But I'm going to obviously go with a Panthers win. So Panthers here to win by 8. Try, conversion and a kick to finish it off to make it secure. That's what we're going with. But a very, very hard one to call. Next, Friday the 15th, Go Media Stadium over in Auckland. Warriors versus Dragons. Dragons actually 2 wins on the bounce with a slight chance to make the top 8. Not easy. There's very slim chance. Warriors slipping. I don't think they will drop out of the top 8. This is a game where they could get a result. I think I will be going for Warriors, but with 3 losses in a row for Warriors, that's not great. I can't see them winning. They're not going to make the grand final in my eyes, but they've got to stick into the finals. Back-to-back upsets for Dragons, though, against 2 strong opposition. Warriors do welcome back hooker Wade Egan, but Tamir Martin and Kurt Capewell remain out injured, which is not great for them. Playing home in Auckland is a huge boost for sure, and they want to rebound for sure to give the fans something to cheer about after the worrying times and potentially slipping out the top 8. So look, Warriors to win here. Let's do another 8 just to get over the line. Next, Alliance. It is Roosters Dogs. This is also another fascinating match. Now, the funny thing is you've got 3rd place versus 9th place, but the form is pretty similar. And actually, probably on paper, very similar standard of teams at the moment as well. Roosters did thrash Dolphins, which was just insane. Obviously, Bulldogs upset Warriors, which is also a fantastic result for them. Roosters, they do lose Siu Wong, but the Bulldogs, they named unchanged lineup, so that's positive for them. Roosters have that home advantage. Do you know what? Oh, man, this is difficult. Who's going to win? It's a bit of a cross-town rivalry, so who is going to win? I think simply because I've been rooting for Roosters a lot of the season. Not that I support them, but I see what they can do and sneak up. Not that they're going to win the finals, but Roosters. I might do another 8. Let's do another 8. Screw it. Another 8. Okay. Saturday, Sharks versus Titans. Sharks, like I said, I've doubted them. They proved me wrong. I picked them, and they slip up. But they are against Titans now, so I cannot see them slipping up again. And they need to kind of get another win. One more win for Sharks, and that's probably the top 8 sorted. Don't think they'll make top 4, though. But Sharks just seem inconsistent. Yes, they had 4 wins in a row, but there's still a lack of consistency with their performances, for sure. But Titans' defense is literally the worst in the league, so I don't even know if I have to say much more. I'm not pronouncing any more Islander names either, because I've already been ribbed about that. So, Sydney to win here by 18. Let's try that one. Okay, the Battle of the Suncorp. Broncos versus Dolphins. Okay, so this is... Look, it's interesting. Both teams pretty similar, but Broncos... Yeah, they didn't put in a performance last week, and they will certainly be keen to rebound from that. That was painful. It really was painful, and possibly the conditions didn't suit their style of play, but still no excuse. You've got to adapt. They do lose Adam Reynolds and Ezra Mam. I like Ezra Mam, I really do. As well as winger Selwyn Cobbo, which is just, that's painful, losing 3 players like that. I don't know. I really don't know. Do you know what? I'm going to go with a Dolphins win. I know Dolphins are in 8th. Dolphins need a win. Okay, Dolphins technically need a win more than Broncos, but both teams still need a win. I'm going to go that those injuries and suspensions are painful. Broncos are gonna. I can't see them winning this. It's going to be difficult. 6 points for Dolphins. That's a difficult one to call. Okay, next one, Allianz. It is Rabbitos versus Eels. Eels to win, probably. What is this? It's both poor teams, but Eels certainly have more potential to win this. But Rabbitos, they're missing around 10 of their regular starters. That's never going to be good. Eels, they have Mitchell Moses back and Dylan Brown back, which is going to boost. And they're sort of starting to win games again. I think Eels have... They've disappointed themselves this year, I think, but they should recover with a win here against a very much undermanned Rabbitos side. So let's go Eels by 18. Okay, penultimate game then. It is at Allianz Stadium again. Wests versus Sea Eagles. A weird form from Wests. It really, really is a weird form with a very, very outside slim chance of making top 8. But Tigers do have that little bit of form after a bit of an upset win and then a bye week as well. While Manly's finals hopes are virtually... I say they're virtually gone. They're virtually gone just simply because of their performances, and they are slipping. They are struggling. It's difficult for them. Manly lose Jake Trebevich to concussion, while Tigers do regain Stafford Towell, which boosts their back line. I think it's a bit of a neutral venue, to be fair, so that's not going to make much difference. I'm going to go with a West win. They've been pretty impressive, even though they've been up and down. West to win by 4. And then the last game, Queensland Country Bank. It is Cowboys versus Knights, and both teams are having shocking seasons, aren't they? They are struggling big time. And this is the thing. Cowboys have a really excellent team on paper, but they just have not performed at all. And they've not endured a long season, and they've struggled. Knights, they've struggled equally. They really have struggled equally. This is a difficult one because it's who's going to be the best of a bad bunch. Jordan McLean is back from injury for Queensland, which is a plus. Knights without Kalen Ponga, that's a negative. I'm going to go with the Cowboys team. Like I said, on paper, they have the better squad, a much better squad than their position suggests. So, Cowboys to win by 12. Well, it's really difficult, some of these games. The West Seagulls, the Cowboys Knights game. You've got Roosters Bulldogs, difficult. Warriors Dragons is not easy. Panthers Storm. Almost every game. Maybe Sharks is the easy one to call. But pretty much every game is a tough one to call. And going to be lucky to get a decent score out of this week. So we will see. But once again, thank you guys for watching every week. It does mean the world to me. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. And as always, thank you so much. I will catch you next time.